All right. Yeah, we're live. Hey, we're on time. Let's
Exactly on time.
let's do the show. It's a good one this week.
Bunch of goddamn nerds.
It's true.
Nerds!
Man, that gonna get so good.
That came out of the 70s.
No, it was 80. It was an 80s thing.
It seems like an 80s movie, but I didn't think it. I thought it might be old.
Nah, it's an 80s movie. It's way ahead of its time. You know, it's like the typical, we need to make the ugly girl beautiful, but in that, the ugly girl basically stays ugly and everyone just realizes she was beautiful the whole time. Greetings, geeks. Welcome back to another episode of This Geek in Comics, our Geekeries comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
It's the Gomer and Taylor hour. What am I doing here?
Setting up some previews for us to look at.
There it goes. Yes, let's do it. Awesome. If you're in the chat, hang out. We appreciate you kicking it.
Oh, hey, you finally made good on your word to just go straight to the preview.
I'm just gonna ignore it. Well, it took a while for Diamond to get caught up. You know,
that's true. That's
when
true.
Everything they still got to fuck up on this, and I'll mention it. You know, I'll mention where they've screwed up.
Hold them to the fire. Yeah.
I don't know who their damn person is. Just making sure that comic books go into the proper categories. But it's like, damn.
And that is very characteristically Diamond.
For sure.
It is constantly like a you had one job.
Yeah.
Type of situation.
Oh my gosh! Don't get me started. Anyway, y'all, if you see something, say something. If you see a book that you want us to talk about, we will do our best to talk about it. Even if we're not reading it, we try to keep up with everything, but we're reading pretty much everything. If only Dave was here, he reads just this crazy.
Yeah, Dave would bring in like the 2/3 of the readership here.
Yeah. Anyway, 3 Keys, solid book over at Image. And again, we always start at Image. Why? Because they're at the top of the list. Okay. They're the last marquee publisher that is exclusive, 100% exclusive to Diamond. Dark Ride getting a second printing. Dark Ride is awesome. It's about a haunted amusement park, and it is a rad book. Joshua Williamson, just great guy. And man, the first issue was awesome. It did a lot of cool world building. Yeah, I'm super stoked for that. Do a power bomb. I mean, what else say? Daniel Warren Johnson, DWJ, just killing it.
I am anxious for this to wrap up so that I can get the trade for it.
Yeah, it's going to be January, maybe, end of December before you get your hands on it, but hopefully. A new book, Gospel Number 1. Looks like your basic sort of fantasy sort of book. It is touted as inspired by the world of Miyazaki and set in the chaos of King Henry VIII's reign. That sounds awesome.
I mean, really cool. Got giant boar straight out of Princess Mononoke here.
Right. Yeah, it looks really fun. That's a definite read for me. Kaya number 2, the first issue wasn't really my bag, but Dave loved it, so I'm sure he'll be talking about that. It's a huge week. I mean, it really is a huge week. Image has a lot of must-read books. This is Jonathan Luna's next thing. It's just a one-shot, but I love how they make a big deal. Illustrated in graphite. Okay, whatever. If you think that's special,
I'm sure that means something to artsy types. But
yeah, and it looks great. But it's fucking Jonathan Luna, of course.
It does.
Look awesome. So, still, what was it? Ada and whatever that book
Alex
was.
and Ada. Sword was really good.
Oh yes, that was good.
Yeah, they've got some really great books under his belt, Jonathan Luna.
Yeah. Least we can do, Love Everlasting continue. Radiant Black, the Massiverse, keeps going. Penultimate issue of Seven Sons. I wish it was a little bit better. It's good, but I just wish it was a little bit better.
Good enough that you wish it were better. Yeah.
It's good enough that I wish it were better. Exactly. It's got great art, but the writing's a little weak there. The book I'm probably looking forward to the most this week, Jim Zub's. This is where I discovered Jim Zub was on this book. Skull Kickers. It's just this irreverent Dungeons and Dragons style fantasy, tongue-in-cheek, about a dwarf who obviously drinks too much, and I guess a fighter who uses a gun. I don't know. It's
So we got
really
a
fun.
actually, it looks like a swole wizard back there.
Well, no, he's not though. They're dressed up in this. This is not typically what these two characters look like.
Oh, well, I noticed the
Yeah.
hat and the staff, and I guess I was
Right.
thrown.
Right. Definitely looking forward to that as Image continues to celebrate its 30th anniversary this year. So, not much else. Just your basic run of the mill Spawn, of course, because it wouldn't be a week at Image without a Spawn.
Spawn
And
or Walking
McFarlane.
Dead or both, yeah.
That's right. Starhenge continues, but Two Graves. I think we should talk about Two Graves. Genevieve Valentine and Ming Doyle. Again, it looks sort of like a horror book, but it's like, why are you just now putting out a horror book? We
Well,
just got over the horror
I'm
times.
assuming it's the old adage about, like, if you seek revenge, dig two graves, and so I'm guessing it's like a revenge thriller of some sort.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Amelia and the man with the veil of smoke have set out for the ocean in a stolen truck. There's a bloody handprint on his neck. She's beginning to worry it's hers. Death and the maiden go on a road trip. Nobody gets out alive. It sounds really high concept. It really does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll check it out. So yeah, it is a great freaking week. We're also getting soldier stories, which is an old throwback to a lot of the war stuff. William J. Bellamy, Jalissa Conway. It's like a who's who of writers on this thing, and I believe this was the.
I was just gonna say, like, during that dark age between, like, the fall of DC and, like, the rise again in the Silver Age, there was a lot more variety to comic books, and yeah, war stories were quite a big part of that. That and westerns and monster stories and shit.
And love, like romance stuff.
Oh yeah, like there's a.
And come to say that Love Everlasting is a romance book. So Image is really, trying to lean in hard to the nostalgia of comics that is comics itself, so many of these things, comics nostalgia is leaned into by making adaptations, and this is that.
Like, Marvel and DC will always be defined by superhero work. So yeah, this is definitely a place where Image can be the industry leader, is all the other genres,
Yeah, and they have their space. They have the space for the diversity in stories. So, really cool. Boom Studios, not much this week. They do have this Firefly Keep Flying #1, which at $8, I'm assuming is a one shot.
That's a big ask. Yeah,
that is a big ask. But the audience, if you're reading Firefly, you're always going to read Firefly. You're that fan.
I mean, so, at this point, if you're still like a diehard Firefly fan, then yeah, they could ask any amount of money and you'll probably pay it.
Yeah. So this is, I guess, in the future, River has a new crew. Yeah. And that's one of the great things about comics. One of the things we talk all the time. Yeah, the show might end, but the stories don't ever end for us. If you're a comic book fan, you are always getting content.
Yeah, there's always more to the adventure.
Yeah. We'll talk about Boom again a little bit later as part of the teaser at the beginning of the show. But yeah, not much from Boom this week. But everybody else has a whole lot of shit. Nothing new from Dark Horse. Minor Threats, which is about like a bunch of C-list superheroes in this world. They're the ones that got to fix everything. Not bad. Dave's really into it. And Shock Shop #3. This is Cullen Bunn's latest little horror thing. It's been actually really good. It's sort of like a flip book.
Yeah, I mean, Cullen Bunn knows how to write horror.
It's like the one thing he is like just perfect at. His superhero shit, hit or miss. It's been good, but it's also been bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's some gems in there, but you are right that horror is his niche.
It's his thing. IDW has everything you would want from comic books this week. Okay, they got Godzilla. They got Godzilla versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers trade.
Yeah.
One of the best books of the year.
This was exactly as dumb and as fun as you would think it would be based off of the premise.
Written by who? Cullen Bunn.
Cullen Bunn, yeah.
We were just talking about him.
Hit or miss. Himself, yeah.
Yeah. You know
this was a hit for me for sure, though.
But you know what he did? He stayed out of the way. He knew what people were expecting: big fucking monsters fighting big giant robots, and that's what they got.
That's what he curated like King Ghidorah fighting the Megazord. He curated Godzilla fighting the Dragon Sword. And that's what we fucking want. And there's these huge, beautiful splash pages, and just it's fan service of the best kind.
It is. Yeah, very well said. My Little Pony gets a reprint with Little Phillies. It's not a reprint. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's reimagined classics. This is Little Phillies. This is a play off Little Women with My Little Pony.
Okay.
That's awesome, dude. That's fucking rad.
I mean, I guess this could be a way to... Okay, so there's the actual intended target demographic, and then the sort of unspoken target demographic when it comes to My Little Ponies. But hey, this could be a good way to introduce a classic story to a young audience. And hey, I am glad for that.
Yeah, and what a good story for their first one.
For sure, yeah.
Perfect. Star Trek #1, which actually came out last week or the week before. Finally, the blank cover is coming. I know people have been looking forward to that. But, I mean, for con season's over now. So it's kind of like, oops, But
there will be more.
I do want to mention this. Star Trek The Trill one-shot. Now, I looked for more of these, and I wasn't able to find any more of these. But it's a one-shot, a story where the Trill, a race in the Star Trek universe who are very intriguing, very, developed race. A lot of the races aren't as developed as you'd like them to be, but Trill, they really got out in front of that.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the original series era, you have a lot of what's their gimmick, type of aliens.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't really until it's Next Generation and especially Deep Space Nine before we started to really flesh out a lot of these things.
Yeah, for sure. But the reason I bring this up, Jody Hauser, when you have something that you need written and you don't really know what to do, give it to Jody Hauser, and Jody Hauser will make it work. She has done the Miss Marvel one where Miss Marvel hangs out with the X-Men and then the Avengers and then Venom. That book.
Way more fun than it should have been. Yeah.
Way more fun than it should have been. Exactly. She did one of those for Star Wars. She's done those for Stranger Things. It's random. But yeah, this is right up Jody Hauser's alley, and I'm so excited to get my hands on this. I love the Trill. I think they are really a cool race, man, and not just because they're bonded with symbiotes, but because of the relationship they have with their symbiotes, even if they're not connected to a symbiote. You know what I mean? They get into that a whole lot in Deep Space Nine.
This is definitely a cool opportunity to take a race that a casual Star Trek fan might not know very well. You kind of have to be kind of deep in the weeds before you know too much about them.
Yeah.
And it'd be a great way to... there's a lot of rife storytelling potential to bring some Star Trek lore to a new audience here. So
yeah, and I'm okay with that angle. I tend to not think that Star Trek comics are for the lay fan. You know what I mean? They're for the diehards, the Star Trek comics. And
I think you're certainly right. That's definitely the lion's share of the people reading this, or people who probably already know them anyway. But comics do have the potential to be, somebody's first experience with not necessarily Star Trek in general, but at least with certain things from Star Trek.
Yeah, for sure. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Armageddon Game Alliance #1 as the big TMNT event of the coming year. Really, it's barely started. The overall event
that is a journey getting through that title there.
Oh man, yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of words. And it gets a nice B cover. But the Armageddon game continues, I believe, in the pages of TMNT itself.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a great cover. With Krang doing his thing. I love that. Very well done. But last but definitely not least, and the only reason we mention is because of the awesome James Biggie cover doing Shockwave. That's perfect. That's so very nice.
Yeah, that's one of the better ones I've seen in a while, to be honest.
He didn't have to bring the hand cannon in there, but he did.
I'm glad he did.
It was the right move. It was the right move. So yeah, IDW, great fucking week from them this week. Very excited. Moving on to DC, Distinguished Competition. These books actually come out tonight at midnight if your shop is open or if you read digital. Batgirls and younger readers, push towards younger readers. Batman book, it's solid.
This book
is not for me.
It's solid. It's fun, but I've kind of fallen off the last couple of issues. It's usually a low priority read for me. But that being said, I do like it enough to recommend it for anyone who's interested in the characters.
Nice. Batman, This is one of the books that we talked about a couple of months ago, coming out of NYCC. Evan Narcisse, The Gilded City. This is like Gotham Knights, like based off the video game. No,
I think it probably is.
you
Yeah.
think so?
That kind of looks like the Arkham Asylum mask.
Yes, that's true. For issue 1, readers will receive a code for an exclusive skin variant for the Bat Cycle. So this is pushing into that whole Fortnite
get that corporate
rage.
synergy going.
Yeah, that whole Fortnite rage where that book was like just selling out. People who never step foot in a comic shop, come in there to buy a Fortnite comic because you get a skin. A book I'm looking forward to over here at DC, Batman Incorporated #2. Ghostmaker and his motley crew of international Batmans doing their thing. It's exciting. The first issue was really fun.
This book is pulling a lot of weight here because it's kind of taking like one of the more memorable things from Tiny Ian's run and combining it with like a pretty cool concept from the Grant Morrison run, and giving them more legs, and that's cool to see.
Yeah, Ed Brisson, John Timms, solid book so far. Batman Urban Legends is a Batman Week. That's the anthology book. Michael Cho, Anthony Falcone, Joey Esposito, Dennis Culver, just doing a whole bunch of work. I mean, it's awesome, dude. It looks like there's a story in here where there's a race. The Batmobile they're doing a race. Oh man, I'm gonna have to read that, dude.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Batman versus Robin #3. One of my favorite books right now. Mark Waid, Mahmoud Asrar. It's just fantastic. It's been so much fun, and Mark Waid is just having such a good time writing this, and you could tell, man. He's just doing all this weird shit, and I fucking love it. It's so damn good. Yeah, a lot of different covers for that one for sure. What else we got? Oh, Dark Crisis #6, the event that will not end. It feels like this has been going on forever, even though there are barely any tie-ins.
I think we had some pretty lengthy delays in there between issues coming up, but yeah. Hopefully the crisis can start.
I know. It's been ongoing, okay? It's a slow crisis.
Based off of that cover, it looks like we are finally getting like cosmic level shit happening.
It's a slow crisis, okay? It's slow. It's like the actual crisis we're living in. Death of Superman 30th anniversary
special.
Real. A lot of covers for the Death of Superman special.
Oh man, I didn't realize we were coming up on the anniversary year for this, but
yeah.
Death of Superman was a pretty solid read that probably like is more memorable for like being genuinely shocking at the time. They kill characters left and right nowadays, and no one expects them to stay dead. And I'm sure that back at the time, and I'm sure that back then no one actually expected Superman to actually stay dead. But it was still a big deal for them to actually do like, oh yeah, he's dead, and we're gonna deal with him being dead for a while.
Yeah, great cover here, great cover.
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, a lot of stuff going on with Death of Superman. Flash by Mark Waid gets collected in an omnibus, $150. But wow,
this is one of those things where if you don't already have this in some way, shape, or form, you should take a serious consideration for it because this is one of the better Flash runs of all time.
It's so damn good. It's so good. Flash Fastest Man Alive #3. This is a book kind of went under your radar. Did you catch up on this?
Yeah, a little. No, I never really caught on to this. No.
Yeah, I'm not reading it either. I Am Batman #15 continues to be great. We got some Sinestro showing up in this one. Looks really cool.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, man. Multiversity Teen Justice and whatever. But this book, the DC book, I cannot wait to get my freaking hands on. The New Golden Age by Jeff Johns. From the Justice Society of America to the Legion of Superheroes, the New Golden Age will unlock DC's epic and secret-ridden history of heroism, launching a new group of titles set firmly in DC Universe from the 40s to the 3040s.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, I love the Justice Society. I don't think they're used enough. I'm glad to see them so prominent on the cover here. This does sound like a lot of fun. I think I'm going to have to check this out too.
This is actually stemming out of the aftermath of Flashpoint Beyond, but ignore that. I don't think you'll need any of that.
I don't give a shit about Flashpoint Beyond, but
I read the last issue and I was like, okay, how does this get to the Golden Age? And I do understand kind of what Jeff Johns is doing here, but You'll also see how are Mime and Marionette connected to this. We all know Mime and Marionette is just Jeff Johns' way of bringing in fucking Watchmen without actually bringing in Watchmen. We know what you're doing, Jeff. Quit struggling. Okay, just fucking do it. Why is Rip Hunter and the Time Masters the most unlikable heroes in the universe? I love it when when Jeff Johns fucks with Rip Hunter. Okay, I love that shit. All right, so this is gonna be great, man. This is gonna be fan-fucking-tastic. If I could show off one thing, and I'll doing this so I can bring up something later. No, this is supposed to be the Todd Naut cover, isn't it? Oh yeah, this is Todd Naut cover. Beautiful, isn't it beautiful?
It
Heads
is, yeah.
and all, heads and all. You know.
He's a lot better when he's drawing the bodies as well. I will say.
When he's drawing more than just the neck. Literally not even the neck.
Usually it's not even the neck. I mean, a lot of those stupid headshot covers would be better if they had a neck. Oh, I love that Alan Scott cover though.
Oh, dude, that's why I brought it up, man. Look at that. Who's doing this one? Tulaski. It's a Tulaski cover. Just gorgeous, man. So take your pick. Those are all going to be great covers. Nice House on the Lake penultimate issue. 1-star Squadron trade paperback.
This was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, this was fantastic. We'll talk about Mark Russell again here in a little bit. He's got a smaller press book. But yeah, this was great. This is quintessential Mark Russell. Give him a corner of the DC universe. Let him do his societal, conversations. Let him do his statements about the world.
Capitalism a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Let him tell his dumb little jokes. Oh, I love it. It's so good. Such a good book. Superman number 75 anniversary issue, which is also a Death of Superman, anniversary sort of thing. Superman, Son of Kal-El.
I think a reprint of the Death of Superman from back in the day.
That's just a reprint. Yeah, that's just a reprint. Superman, Son of Kal-El. Tom Taylor never disappoints. It's the Return of Kal-El Part 4. I'm sorry, Superman. When you wear overalls without a shirt, it's creepy as hell. I don't care who does it. It's creepy.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's in like an adult movie.
Wear a shirt, bro. It's creepy.
Yeah,
it's creepy. But I still.
That being said, though, this is a great book. So
yeah, it doesn't ever make sense to me when Superman is doing farm work and it's not just done in like a minute.
It really should be.
Yeah, you would never be able to get this picture.
I mean, they wanted to have this cover and everything, I'm sure. But, Superman, especially two Supermen.
Yeah, you got two Supermans kicking.
I mean, he's already, done all the farm work in fucking Kansas by the time you blink your eye.
Yeah, he working like an Amish. And all he got to do is, run up the way. All right, so we also have Wildcats coming back. Now, I was never a fan of anything Wildcatish or.
This doesn't mean much to me either, but I do understand that this is something that has its fan base,
Yeah, but it's Matt Rosenberg. He's awesome. Steven Segovia, amazing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna check this out. Just because I want to know what the buzz is all about. I want everybody.
I mean, it looks like we got Grifter on the cover here, who's probably the most successful thing to come out of the Wildstorm. But
he's awesome. He's awesome. So yeah, that'll be fun, dude. Not much else. We got a Wonder Girl Homecoming hardcover. This is the one, the Joelle Jones. Probably one of the prettiest books.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this was definitely the best art book from last year, I would say.
Oh man.
Well, or at least it's one of them. There's some other.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Fuck Black Widow.
This or Black Widow was the other one that I remembered. Oh wait, it might be Black Widow, but
yeah. And then Wonder Woman continues with issue 793, and this one is the Trinity United. So this feels like it's going to be a lot of Batman and Superman in it as well. So that might be fun.
Well, I mean that could be.
Oh my god! Oh, I love this. Is a fucking Jen Bartel cover.
This is my favorite.
God, I gotta buy this.
90s throwback covers they've been doing. Like the one with Superman's mullet is funny, but this one actually looks cool.
Oh my gosh, this is amazingly cool. Jen Bartel has been doing the She-Hulk covers over at Marvel. Half of the reason to read that book is the fashion. Maybe more than half. It's just beautiful, yeah. Man, what a great cover, dude. What a great cover. But yeah, Becky Cloonan, Michael Conrad, Jordi Belair, still the best colorists in the business. So, all right, moving on to the House of Ideas. Amazing Spider-Man number 13. We're going to skip that. Because there's a lot of Spider-Man this week. Okay.
I mean, yeah, Amazing Spider-Man just fills me with regret,
Yeah. Aaron and Fiorelli continue to hit up their Avengers run. This is almost done. I think this is the last issue in
they
this
seem
arc.
to be wrapping up this this time travel arc that they've been going on, which has been fun. I mean, both of these issues, both the this and its companion book, Avengers Forever, they've basically just been let's have fun with the toys in the toy box for like the last several issues, which is always kind of Jason Aaron's MO anyway, but especially here. But that being said, I've been enjoying it a lot, but like you, I am eager to see it come to an end. I am looking forward to the whole, big dust up thing they're supposed to be having with the Masters of Evil, but anxious to get to our finale here.
I'm anxious for the run to be over so we can get to the next run. Okay, nothing against this run. It just has not been as focused as I tend to like, especially my Avengers books.
I can see that.
I'm going to talk about another book here in just a minute where I also have concerns where it's not going to be as focused as I prefer a comic. But Axe Judgment Day, talk about an event that won't fucking end. This is the last issue of this, though.
Well, here we go. It's going to fucking end.
Yeah, this is going to tie up all the loose ends, mostly with the Eternals, I would think, as they had the most status quo change by the end of the Axe event. But I'm sure the X-Men will have a mention or two, especially considering all the shit Abigail Brand was talking in X-Men Red last week.
Yeah.
So
it does for sure look like it's all Eternals here in the preview.
Yeah. A couple of great covers. I'll show off the Momoko cover, of course, if it'll load. Very fun. I have no idea what this has to do with Judgment Day.
Neither do I. We got
it looks okay.
We got Jubilee and Scarlet Witch, and I guess that's like the celestial hand from the end of the Eternals movie. So like that didn't happen in this book. I don't know what the hell.
Fishimoko's like, I'm not reading Eternals either. I saw the movie though. You want a cover? Fuck you, I'll give you a cover. Marvel probably like, bitch, we don't care what you do.
It's very cute. I
just send over some colored pages.
Yeah, I definitely cannot wrap my head around what the hell this has to do with anything. But hey, it's Fishimoto, so good shit.
Yeah. We do get Brian Edward Hill making his comeback to a character that he helped change for the future. You know what I mean? When he first came back to writing comics the last time he did, they gave him Black Panther, and he took Black Panther in a lot of fun directions. If you'll remember after like Civil War and all that shit with Storm, he was kind of just a lost character, and then when the MCU fired up, they gave it to him, and he did some really fun stuff. So anxious to see him back.
Yeah, I mean, we should acknowledge that this is just them like jumping on the hype wave for the Wakanda Forever movie, but that's not necessarily
for sure.
That whatever the corporate shenanigans that led to this book's creation, that doesn't mean it can't be a lot of fun. And this is a guy.
That doesn't mean it's going to be a bad read.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean it's going to be a bad read. The best of the two, I would say, Captain America books. Colin.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. Yeah.
Carmen Carnero. I've been so waiting on this issue. When last we left, Bucky and Steve were at odds. Shot the hostage.
The bad guy. He shot the hostage through Steve. We should emphasize.
It's like Speed. It's like that movie Speed. That happens in a lot of ways. In movie Speed.
And also in like the one Die Hard movie, if I remember correctly. He shot himself. He shot through himself to kill the bad guy.
Oh, that's a little different.
In Die Hard, whichever the one with Justin Long in it was.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. But
I'm not even going to read any of this. I don't want it spoiled. But
I wholeheartly agree that like yes,
look at the eyes.
Oh. I've really been enjoying Steve and Bucky's dynamic in this book. I'm really enjoying the just the this whole story about like what it means to be Captain America and like who owns your story. Can you like spin it into something good if it does have like this dark past to it? Right. And so really loving this book. It's definitely the stronger of the two Captain America books, which isn't to say that I dislike the other one.
No, me neither.
This one is clearly the better of the two.
It stumbled out of the gate. The last issue was incredible, action-packed.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Cap losing.
I'm hoping that other Cap book like starts trusting itself to not have to have cameos every week.
Yeah, and maybe that was just the writer saying, "No, I want to get my chance. This is my only chance to write Marvel. I want to get some characters in."
Yeah,
and it wasn't bad, especially the Black Panther Wakanda shit. But you didn't need Deadpool in there. You didn't need
Deadpool. You didn't need Doctor Doom.
No,
the Wakanda stuff at least tied in with the story better. But I will say though, what is this country of white people in Marvel's Africa? I have no idea what any of this stuff is. Not in this book, rather the other book.
But. Yeah, and I don't know what that's about either. It's just kind of a thing, and there is a country that's basically full of white people in Africa. Just saying, it's called South Africa. That's how boring
South
white
Africa
people are.
has a overwhelming black majority, though.
Oh, do they? Well, there's a lot of white people there, and it's known for powerful white people. Maybe that's what they're talking about.
Fair enough.
But,
I
don't know. I haven't really, been following that as much.
I just don't know that lore, and it's been bugging the hell out of me.
So here we go. This is one of the books I was talking about where I'm afraid it will not be focused as much as I like, but I am stoked to see Ryan North and especially Ivan Coelho. I love North, but man, I love watching Ivan Coelho pencils, just take shape. Their new Fantastic Four. It's a little bit different. It's not actually following the team. Each of the first 4 issues is going to be a separate story, from my understanding, that spotlights each member of the team. But then by issue 5, they're all going to sort of come together with a story. Looks more like maybe slice of life sort of thing. I'm okay with that. His Squirrel Girl was a lot of slice of life.
This is entirely appropriate for a group like the Fantastic Four. I mean, I love this book when I like their cosmic adventures. I like, cosmic gumshoeing and all that other good stuff that they do. But I like it when they also put focus on them being a family, So, I am really looking forward to this. I definitely trust Ryan North as a writer, and I enjoyed Dan Slott's run on the character, but I'm definitely anxious for this one to get started.
Yeah. Alan Moore is doing the first 4 covers, each in this same style with a different member of the fam. Very excited. If I can get my hands on those, that would be a treat.
Yeah, that'll make for a good, poster arrangement.
Oh, yeah, dude, it'll look beautiful. But I told you I'd get back around to it. Ryan Nauk, drawing heads. So it's not too bad.
This one's not too bad. It works better with the Human Torch because, you get to fill out the page at least with some flame.
But most of them is just a little,
this is one of the better examples of this terrible, terrible idea for a series of variants.
Yeah, terrible idea. So that's definitely a big pickup this week. We're only up to the Fs in Marvel. Okay, there are a lot of books. Ghost Rider number 8 takes a swing with this agent that has been tracking Johnny, so that might be interesting. Ben Percy.
Yeah, this has been a fun read. Really enjoying
Ben Percy's fucking killing it, man. Yeah. They're doing Miracle Man covers. Ghost Rider hanging out with Miracle Man, just lame. Come on, just stop, Marvel.
Man, the Miracle Man covers are starting to get on my nerves the way the Headshot covers are, but I don't know.
Yeah, those will be done soon. Legion of X number 7, one of the lower tier, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just kind of...
It ain't X-Men. It ain't
It's very ho-hum.
It ain't Immortal.
Yeah. It definitely is crowded out by some much, much better X books.
Yeah, and speaking of being crowded out, Marauders number 8.
It's a shame because this used to be one of the top tier X books. This used to be
so good when they were on Earth, and they were patrolling the 7 seas, and they were doing all kinds of cool shit. Oh, Andrew's stopping back by again. Sorry, Andrew. Ghost Rider has been good run so far. It really has. Ben Percy
definitely agree there. Yeah.
Yeah, and Ben Percy has really hit his stride with that book.
They've been making the smart move to give Ben Percy all these characters who have a bit of an edge to them, like Wolverine,
I think that's what he
Ghost Rider.
Gravitates to.
Yeah, and he is good at writing those characters for sure.
Yeah. Good call out, Andrew. Again, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Great cover here by Momoko, but this looks kind of like a day off for the Marauders, where they're just kicking it in the I don't even remember what they call it, the calming pools or some shit of Krakoa. So I don't know. Again, this book is falling off so hard.
But yeah, it's kind of
so hard.
It's not helped by the comparison with how good it was when they were still doing the pirate shit,
Yeah. Moon Knight number 17 continues to be a fave all the way around. New Mutants 98 facsimile, another one. Everybody has a copy of this. If you don't have a copy of this, I'm not sure you can even call yourself a comic fan.
Man,
kidding. You can.
Pour one out for fucking Gideon, who had to be in the same premiere issue as Domino and fucking Deadpool.
I know, man.
This forgettable ass character who debuted among someone who's like a big X character, and then like one of the bigger characters in general now.
Right. Andrew calling out Moon Knight. Yeah, we don't even call out Moon Knight anymore really as good, dude, because it's just always good. It's been good since the first issue.
It's
just
been very
so
consistent.
solid. Yeah. A new book this week, Sabretooth and the Exiles #1. This is coming out of the Sabretooth book. There's only one reason to get this. Orphan and his mama. Okay? That's it. Orphan.
Oh yeah, they went into the exile pit.
Yeah, they went into the pit and now they're out. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. I don't know how excited I am for this. It looks good.
Is that the same writer from the Sabretooth book or from the Hellions book?
No, it's not the same writer from the Hellions book. It's the writer from the.
I figured it was one or the other,
book.
but
yeah. Victor Lavallee really writes like shit about hell. Dante's Inferno adaptations and shit like that. A lot of that.
Sabretooth,
his writing,
basically Sabretooth in hell. Yeah,
it was exactly, and I think that's why they gave it to him. I really want to see what he does with this opportunity. To really flesh out these characters a little bit more, because a lot of these were new characters. So and we'll see what happens. Again, I told you we were going to mention Spider-Man again. Spider-Man, no adjectives, #2. This is the Spider-Verse book.
Definitely the one I'm looking forward to the more out of the two this week.
Yeah.
The first issue was a lot of fun. Yeah.
It was. Great top panel here. Mark Bagley just doing what he can here. It's beautiful. So yeah, definitely a fun book, and we'll see what happens.
Just having Mark Bagley back drawing Spider-Man again is probably worth it on its own.
Yeah. Another Spider book, getting to be Batman over here with fucking Spider-Man. The Lost Hunt. Is it The Lost Hunt? Yeah, it's there it goes. The Lost Hunt. That's a play off The Last Hunt, I'm sure, which was the Craven book. And this looks okay. It's Mateus, it's Messias.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to channel Craven's Last Hunt, probably one of the more famous and well-received Spider-Man stories out there.
Yeah.
We have fucking Craven crawling out of the goddamn grave.
Oh shit, is that the original Craven and not Craven Jr.?
I guess it must be. OG Craven, that's how Craven's Last Hunt ended, was with him committing suicide and going into the grave.
That's right. Oh, what a good callback,
Spoiler, man. I guess, for like a 30-year-old story, but whatever.
30-year-old book. But they're continuing to celebrate Spider-Man's, 60th anniversary. So good for them. Good for them. That looks fun. High Republic #2 continues. Venom 13. Yes, technically another Spider-Man book. This is a prelude to the Dark Web event that's coming up. It's been okay. It's been all right.
Yeah, it's been fine.
But I don't know. Wolverine 27. Definitely looking forward to this. An all-new, all-savage Wolverine. We definitely want to look at the preview for this, because first couple of pages are Logan just beautifully coming out of the resurrection egg. And, that's awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah, I guess they have to really be on their guard whenever Wolverine comes out of one of those stands.
Oh, yeah, he comes out all rage, man.
Yeah.
Juan Jose Rip doing the art on here. Ben Percy has got to just feel so proud to get an artist like Juan Jose Rip on here. Not that Wolverine has had bad artists, but Juan Jose Rip
far from it, yeah,
is so fucking good. It's like he was born to do shit like this Wolverine book, just so well done. And that's basically it. We do get X-Men Legends. If you're the hardcore old school X-Men fan, X-Men Legends for you. Andrew chiming in, Wolverine's great. It has been, dude. That's a damn good book.
That's another one of the top tier X books for sure.
Yeah, even with it getting lost in the events, that have gone on, Ben Percy has still been able to have Wolverine tread water and make it.
Yeah, a lot of these best X books, like especially X-Men Red, which, God, we have had more event books than
actual
non-event books.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Like, it's a mark to how good those books are that they don't miss a stride,
Yeah. Moving on to Dynamite. Not much from them. The Garbage Pail Kids origins, it's fine. It is what it is.
But you know exactly what you're in for there.
Yeah, exactly. Dynamite is definitely known for their cheesecake, but Lord of the Jungle.
Hey, some equal opportunity cheesecake. Yeah,
we got some beefcake now too.
We got some thirst traps going in the other direction.
Yeah, so good.
That's
for them.
Progress. That is progress.
Finally, 2022. We finally did it. Anyway, this is not bad. It's not bad at all. I got an early copy of this, and it's just fine. It's exactly what you'd expect. It's fucking Tarzan. Okay. It's exactly what you.
Whatever else you want to say about Dynamite, you know exactly what you're in for just from the covers, you know.
Yeah. A lot of variants for that, obviously. You know, they always make a big deal out of those. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, every single book they put out has like 13 variants at least.
Yeah, they really try to take advantage of giving the audience, you know, a lot of options in terms of
they
what
do.
they want.
And hey, they're really fishing for those con markets, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, now we get into everything else. Dave is not here, but I have a few that I will point out in the smaller press stuff. I know I have it around here somewhere. Gun Honey, Out for Blood is pretty solid. It's number 3. It's basically like a gender swapped James Bond, and it's perfect. It's amazing. It's exactly what you'd expect from what I just said. It's a woman spy who does the exact same thing James Bond does. Drinks a lot, wins all the time, and has all kinds of sex. It's beautiful. I love it. Killcella. Had to bring this one up. Why?
Is that like Coachella, but with
killing? Exactly like Coachella.
Okay.
A group of friends, it's on Scout Comics, group of friends drive to Coachella. They soon face a bloody night of terror when a pop star who's making their big return has her fan, one of her, like her biggest fan, help her to do a massive human sacrifice ritual. That's awesome.
That is an intriguing premise, I will say.
It's such a good premise. So yeah, I'll definitely be reading that. Nocturne County sounds really fun. It's just another Scout comic book. It looks like a sort of a tongue-in-cheek sort of thing. Nothing like Coachella though. Mr. Easter, another Scout comic book. It's exactly what it sounds like. Easter. It's a mad Easter bunny. You know, he's just nuts. Ninja Funk. I don't think we need to talk about Ninja Funk. There's been a lot of hubbub about that in the collectible market.
Cool Mac.
Yeah, there's a very cool cover. It's Mac. Yeah, is that what you said, Mac? Yeah, David Mac cover.
Yeah, David Mac.
Yeah, very cool cover.
Of Wolverine thing, if I remember.
Yeah, that's where they spent all their money, was on the damn.
Or wait, not Wolverine, Daredevil.
Oh yeah, Daredevil. Yeah. But another book I wanted to talk about is called Specs. Why did I want to talk about Specs? Because it's a fucking boom book, Diamond. Why you got it down here in the rubbish?
Oh, that's weird.
It's very weird. But this is David Brewer.
This is what I see. Yeah, this is what you mentioned at the beginning of all this.
Yeah. This is a couple of people who I really enjoy. Dave Brewer, Chris Sheehan. I hang out with them on Twitter all the time, or on Facebook all the time, if that's even a thing. But I'm always up in their comments. Art looks great. M. Brewer knows how to write a damn book. This is going to be fun. It's a mysterious new series, you know, so they're not really giving you a lot of info, but it basically has weird glasses a la They Live.
And I was about to ask, so he can see all like the abnormal shit.
Yeah, he can see the truth. And there was one more. Okay, here it is. The last book I wanted to talk about. It's a book called Traveling to Mars. And the reason I want to talk about it is because it's Mark Russell. Traveling to Mars tells the story of a former pet store manager who is the first human to set foot on Mars. He was chosen because he's terminally ill and has no expectation of coming back. He's joined by 2 AI robots named Leopold and Albert. And it's a riveting story of planetary exploration and finding the meaning in your final days.
That is a very Mark Russell sounding book.
Exactly, dude. That is a very Mark Russell sounding thing. I'm stoked. This is going to be freaking awesome. This is on a Blaze. It might be a little hard to find a copy in paper. But my goodness, man, I love Mark Russell so much. And yeah, this is what this dude's doing on his way to Mars, just like writing poetry and shit. You know, just like, wow, that's just fucking awesome, dude. And We Ride Titans gets collected. Do not miss that. It was a dope book. But that's it. Those are all the books this week. Man, holy crap. I don't know how to pick just 3.
Yeah. We got old standbys like Wolverine and Son of Kal-El, but definitely a couple of premieres I'm looking forward to in Fantastic Four and Golden Age.
Yeah, man. Gosh, Dark Dark Ride. Two Graves looks fun. I'm going to check it out. The Trill book, the Star Trek Trill book looks fun. We got the DC Dark Crisis event. Man, there's just so much, dude. Oh, that what the hell is it called? That Jeff Johns book.
The Golden Age?
I talked about. Oh yeah, did you mention that?
I did.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the Golden Age. There's so many books. My mind is reeling. My mind is
reeling.
I
mean, this is a stuffed week.
It's so stuffed. I don't know how I'm going to review, any of these books, but we are going to review them next week at this same time, along with a bunch of other news and shit. Come back to this channel. Join us. We're going to be doing another show. We would really appreciate it. Check out our pals over at the Comic Book Bullies. They did a show last night. It was wonderful. Like clockwork, just like every year, they bitched about daylight savings time. I mean, I could have made a bet.
It does suck, but
yeah. Andrew talking about Nice House getting close to the end. I guarantee you there will be a spinoff.
2 years?
It has been. Yeah, it's been 2 years. Yeah, dude. He took a little break to do the not really do the Substack thing, but the artist I think might have needed a break or something. I don't remember, but yeah, and it's getting an adaptation. I'm pretty sure that's getting a series or movie adaptation. So, but again, yeah, check out our pals over at the Comic Book Bullies. They had a great show last night. Get links to all the shit we do at outrightgeekery.com. Go there. There's a ton of links to all kinds of different stuff. We also love you to go over to Facebook and check out the group. Go to Facebook, search groups for Outright Geekery. Our boy Andy is over there all the time, moderating, doing vids, kicking people's asses, kicking names, taking ass.
Almost.
Like they do. Almost. But yeah, everybody, we appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. But most of all, thanks to this guy for hanging out with this guy.
No problem.
No problem. No problem.
I begrudgingly do it, yes.
We're going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
I was here.
Man, it really is like such a cluttered thing.